From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Safe to say it's a wet Tuesday, but things will be drying out. But still, there's still going to be a chance for a few sprinkles, light showers over the next few days. We'll call it unsettled. Also, high snow levels, mainly above 7,000 feet. Potential for mudslides, rock slides, some low-lying areas, seeing some of the flooding as well. We're already starting to see some of that here through the morning in some areas here. We don't expect, major flooding by any stretch of the imagination, but with the high snow levels, rain on top of the recent snow that we've seen, that's going to give us more runoff than we would typically see with a storm like this. And as I mentioned, the unsettled weather pattern continues into the weekend. Drying out for the most part for your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but then by Friday night into Saturday, maybe another round of some showers moving in. Do have a flood watch, which is basically in effect for today. Now, the areas that are not shaded in green doesn't mean there won't be any flooding, because I do think there will be. What's going to happen is we got a lot of the rain that we're seeing in the mountains and the foothills, even the valley. But we get a lot of that runoff, and it works its way down as gravity would, take, right? We see that the rain that we see in the mountains, and it works its way down in the lower areas, and typically in the valley we tend to see those creeks and streams and rivers begin to kind of swell up as well. So again, we're already seeing some localized flooding, especially in Del Norte, Humboldt, Trinity, and western Siskiyou County, but there are going to be some other areas that I do think we're going to start to see that potential as well, even some of those typical spots in the valley as well. So wet weather continues through the rest of the afternoon today. Still quite mild, 40s in the mountains, 50s for the valley, and even some of the higher elevations. But that stream of tropical moisture, not only is it a good source of moisture giving us the rain that we're seeing, but it's a warmer source of moisture, which is why we're seeing such high snow levels. Now, as we do go into your Wednesday and Thursday, we're just not seeing as much activity, a weak ridge of high pressure, but we still have that tap into that tropical moisture for the most part. It's going to mainly bring us clouds come Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday. And then the low pressure system off to our west is going to tap into that moisture and give us a shot at some more wet weather come Friday night, Saturday, possibly Sunday, even Monday possibly. And then as we go into around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, looks like more drier weather and warmer too. All right, so again, you can see here as we go through the afternoon, that rain, that source of moisture starts to shift down to the south and east. Now, I still think, even though it's not showing much in the way of rain, I still think it's going to be steady drizzle, light showers, even as we go into the late afternoon and early evening hours. And overnight into tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy skies, some drizzle out there, especially for the first half of the day. And then I do expect to maybe start to see some breaks in the clouds a little bit here as we go into Wednesday afternoon and Thursday. Now, Thursday looks like we are going to see some more clouds move in. You see a shower trying to develop here, especially off to the west for Thursday afternoon. And then that kind of breaks apart, mostly cloudy, a little drizzle here and there as we go into your Friday morning. And then Friday night, you can see that weak disturbance pushing through into early Saturday morning, giving us another shot at some showers and maybe more coming in for Saturday afternoon as well. Way underdoing it for the valley. I do think the valley, once all is said and done with what we've seen today, and we'll continue to see, 1 to 2 inches of rain is a possibility, 2 to 3 inches once all is said and done for the coast and some of the higher elevations, and much less as we'd expect for Modoc, Lassen, and eastern Plumas counties. I don't expect the Sacramento River at any point in time, or even any other rivers in the area, to at least get to the minor flood stage. They should stay below that. And some areas will get into that action stage. But at this point, I'm not concerned about flooding of the major rivers in the area. Now, we take a look at the winds. They've been gusty out there. And some areas have seen gusts, even in the valley, of over 40 miles per hour. Those winds should start to subside. Still gusty, a little breezy at times this afternoon. And then tonight, going through the day on Wednesday, the winds are expected to be a bit calmer out there. So yes, if you're dealing with the winds, they should go away for the most part by tonight and tomorrow. All right, your temperatures for your Tuesday, upper 50s for most of us in the valley as well as the coast, and generally 40s and low 50s for the higher elevations. Not getting too cold tonight. We'll drop down to around low to mid 50s in the valley for the most part. And for the mountains, you're talking upper 30s to low 40s, and looks like in the mid 40s on average for the coast. So again, we got that wet weather today. It dries out for the most part as we take you into your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll call it unsettled because there will be that mix of sun clouds and maybe a passing sprinkle or light shower for all 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I do expect a chance for some showers Saturday, Sunday, but don't expect anything significant over the weekend. It'll just be a couple of light showers passing through, and I think maybe some heavier rainfall, but still not heavy for the coast and maybe the inland areas as well. And then we take you out to Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, same story, right? And you'll notice I don't have any snow levels in there. That's because that's pretty much negligible. Snow levels are really high, 7,000, 8,000 feet. And so we don't really have much in the way of snow in the higher elevations, at least any of our mountain communities, right? It's going to be mainly in the form of rain. And then, of course, there you can see unsettled weather pattern going into the weekend and early next week. That's your afternoon update. I'll be back again this evening for the latest Check Your Weather and that deep dive forecast. Coming up later, have yourselves a great rest of your day.
When you see flashing lights, someone's life depends on us.
And while we're out helping crash victims, we need your help to keep us safe. Move over, slow down. It's the law. It protects everyone.
Our crews are out here every day, keeping the roads safe for you and your family.
We're often the last ones on scene, and we want to make it home safe too.
Protect those who protect you. Slow down and move over.